Alright, today we're going to be modding this firestrike. We're going to be taking out the air restrictor, removing that dart post, which is right there, and possibly a spring mod by doubling up the spring. So what you're going to need is a screwdriver. I got this big one and this little one. Gloves are optional because it can get greasy with like plunger tube oil stuff. And possibly some springs if we have some that fit. Alright, so step one, we're going to flip this around to the screw side, and I'm going to start here. Okay, that one's out. Okay, I forgot about something also. So like a magnet holder would be nice. As you can see, it's just like sticks there, so you don't lose stuff. Alright, well that is all the screws that you will need to take out to get the shell off, I think. Alright, well, let's open her up carefully. You want to do this. Ooh, okay. Alright. So I got this open. Here's this side. I'm just going to set that over here. A bolt popped out. Okay, so I also figured out why this laser here is not working. If you look there, that's all corroded and stuff. It's all rusty. I think this blaster was left outside. Yeah, if you look right there, the circuits are. They're all rusty. This blaster was left outside, I think. So, yeah. Let's gut it. Okay, so I'm going to start by removing this right here. This is the spring. This is the trigger. Set that aside. I'd recommend using a little tray to put this in. I'm using this bucket here. Alright, I'm going to take this out. This is the trigger that usually operates the laser. And then, so this comes out as a piece, it looks like. So you can get this out with your fingers. It's just going to be... Oh, maybe you can, I don't know. Well, I don't actually think this needs to come out, so I'm just going to put that back in there. I'm going to take this laser unit out. Set this there. Okay. So here is what we're going to be wanting to do the spring mod on. Pop this front piece off the best I can. So if you look, there's two knobs here. There and there. So you're going to want to spread those apart. And if you look, I'm trying to get it like so. Lift. We'll take a bit of finagling. You know what? That's not coming off. Never mind. Alright. Oh god. Look at that. Focus. Look, like, right here. Oh my god. That is all sandy. and like dusty. Look what just came off there. That O-ring is absolutely filthy. I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to give it a wash and a little bit of lubricant. So this is going to be really hard to get off your fingers, so I'm going to use this right here. And I put that at, I'm going to put these gloves on. It's getting pretty oily. So I like using these like nice ones because it reaches my full hand and it won't get in the way of stuff. They're not loose at all. You can get these at Home Depot for like $5. Okay, I'm going to take a paper towel here. Just going to wipe it off. Now this will remove all the lubricant, so you're going to want some more. I do not have any silicone lubricant. I'm going to set that right there. Actually, I'm going to set this on a piece of paper towel. It's not all grimy. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back with some, let me move this out of the way, with some lubricant for our O-ring. So, preferably you would want to use like silicone lubricant, but I do not have any of that on hand. So I'm using some triple antibiotic. You can also use Vaseline, but anything that's like, I'm going to try and get this open real quick. But anything that's, sorry, this is not opening. But anything that's like a jelly, and it's like squishy, like this is, will work. You see? Stuff like that. Okay, well, I'm gonna get this O-ring back on there. So you're going to want to squeeze some of this on your finger, and you're just going to rub it around here. See what I'm doing? And this is so it will slide better in the plunger tube. Alright, now I'm going all the way around this. So make sure you get every little part, but just on this part. You don't need it on the spring. Yeah. Right, now I'm also going to take some and I'm going to put it around in here. Get a lot of it all up in there. Alright, now I am going to take a paper towel and I'm going to rub my finger off, otherwise that is going to be oily like that forever. And this paper towel is not doing a good job at all. So be careful, because this stuff, it's very oily and it will not come off very easily. Alright. Well, so what I've noticed here is that this does not have a screw, so that means we will not be able to take it off and double the string up, which is okay, but still kind of sucks. Yeah, so we're going to put this back in here. And this should also help the sealing, too. Alright, let's test. Alright, that does not work well. It works kind of well. This still has air restrictors in it, though. Okay, so I am going to take this. Since it is all oily, I'm going to take this plastic bag. You don't want anything that will soak up your lubricant. And I'm going to set this on a plastic bag here. Yeah. You can throw this away. We do not need that anymore. Yeah. So, now that that is done, we are going to have to pop this off. So I just like So you see how it's on here? You're gonna like lift up here, and it's gonna like pop it off with your thumb. Put that in the bin, and then you're gonna. So you see like right here, you're gonna have to get a screwdriver under there and pop and like push. So watch how I would do it. So I like wiggle it a little bit, and then I push, and it should be off of that white thing now. This is on both sides, and the next time you can kind of just like get off of there. Alright, so this is our air restrictor, and this will also take up the dart post, so we can shoot like other darts, like short darts. Okay, we will not be needing these anymore. If you want to save them, you can, but I'm just going to throw them away. Alright, so you see now there's no air restrictor in there. It's just a clean shot through. And it will, and what the air restrictor does, so it pushes down some, it pushes down the, so the dart will push it down, and when the dart like stops pushing it down, it will completely cut off air, and that will dampen your FPS, or your velocity. Alright, so you should notice, actually, so you notice that the hole is there. I made a mistake. So you're going to want to keep this thing with the dart post, because that will keep a proper seal on this, as you see, and that will keep a proper seal on this, and there's no longer a hole there. But what we want to do, so this can shoot short darts, is we are going to remove this dart post here. So I'm going to take I'm going to take some pliers here, and I'm going to clamp it as close to there as possible, and I'm going to twist, and it should break off pretty easily, and now that dart post is not there. You can throw that away, you will not be needing that. Alright, so now we are going to reassemble this. Put it like this, like so. Clip this back on, and we are going to put this in here. Alright, and it should look like this. So just going to slide this in there. We're going to put this back on now. It's a little bit tricky. Alright, so got pushed down on there. Yeah. Alright. So I'm going to set this aside here, and we're going to move this in. Also, when you remove that air restrictor, you should get two little springs. I'm just going to put that in my spring box over here. You can keep those, throw them away, do whatever you want with it. Doesn't really matter. Alright, so step one, we're going to want to put this back in. I'm actually going to clip this, because I do not need it anymore, because it is junk, and it is very corroded. So as you can see, I'm just going to snip right here. And you can keep this if you want. I'm not gonna. Alright, so if that popped out, pop it back in like so, and you want to and that will also make it that you don't need batteries, because you need batteries to power the laser pointer, but now you don't, because there is no laser pointer. Alright, so now we're gonna get this stuff, and Alright, so you're going to want to put the trigger on this peg right there. See where that is? Yeah. Alright. Now you can choose to remove this. This was just to operate the laser pointer. I personally am going to remove it because it just gets in the way. I don't need it anymore. Alright. So now you're going to want to put these two holes, you're going to thread it through this peg right here. See that? Okay, so you're going to want to make sure this is pushed in. So you're going to make sure that this block here is lined up with the hole that's right back there. And so this like J looking thing is going to be pointing down. That's our catch mechanism. And then this thing is going to be pointing up. So you're going to push that in. And then push that down. Yes. Ooh, I forgot something. Alright. So. This spring that I told you to throw away earlier, do not throw that away. You're going to want to put it on this little peg here, and then very carefully push that, put it in there, because that's how our catch mechanism is going to work. So I'm going to hold this down, and you see when I push this trigger, that moves up. Yeah. So that should be it. Make sure everything is nice set in place. Alright, put it down. Alright, I'm and the thing out. This sounds right here. This is a big part of the thing. Alright. Alright, maybe a screen here. Maybe that's not off. I have to do it. Take that off. Okay, since that's on this, we'll go on. Is that right? Alright. Okay. Guys, ready? I'm going to do this, and I'm going to line the smallest glue out. Let's glue it on your surface. Alright. Don't be. Yeah, it's split. Yeah, it's less than drop, okay? Put it on there. Okay, now. I'm going to try. There you go. Alright, I'm going to try. Right now. Okay, so close. Every now off. Listen. Get the hair over. This took you long. See this something? So, keep it. Okay, so you want this part here to go over here. Put it down. Marker. Alright, these two holes there. They should be even fixed. Yeah. If they are, then we're all good. Alright, hopefully close this time. Please. Close that. Alright, turn it down. In place. Guys, alright. Guys, yeah. Okay, here's nothing. Here's nothing. Alright, I'm going to put a couple screws in there now that I got it all situated. Okay, so I'm going to put 2 screws in the back here because this is going to be taking a lot of stress. Now when I mod blasters, I usually don't put all the screws in case I want to go inside of it again, and it just takes a shorter amount of time. I am going to put some screws in the grip too, like 1 maybe. I'm going to put 1 here. Guys, it's working. Alright, it's range time. I'm gonna go get some darts real quick. Put 1 in here. 1 in there. Alright, this blaster is fully kitted out. So if you notice, there's something in there. It's a hole. Right there. And that will not fit a dart, sadly. So I think what I'm going to do about that is I'm just going to plug that up with something. See, right in there. Alright. Range time. That's a very satisfying clip that I made. Alright. Alright, does seem to be shooting harder. Alright. You can see down there. No, you can't. Alright. I'll shoot over here. Probably blocked the shot, actually. Okay, sadly, I do not have a chronograph. So, but yes, it does shoot hard. Alright, we did mod this thing to shoot short darts, so I'm going to put 1 in the barrel there. Make sure that it's pressed down. Use a screwdriver, press it all the way down. Alright. Okay, this thing shoots pretty hard. I'm going to compare it to a Villainator shooting. Okay, so I got a long dart in there, Max Force waffles. Alright, now I'm going to load up my Villainator. There's the dart. See how this goes. Go! Alright, guys. So for reference, the Villainator, it has no modifications done to it, and it shoots around 90 feet per second, and this one shot just like a little bit after it. So I'm estimating that this shoots around like 80 feet per second, maybe 90. Maybe like 85. That could also be human error, but these things are shooting. It feels like the exact same. Yeah, that should be all for today. Thank you for watching.